In this Shabbat's Torah reading, in the portion of Noach in the book of Parashat, there is a particular word, extremely important, on which I think we should focus right now. The last word of sentence 11 of chapter 6 of the book of Parashat in this week's Torah reading of Noach. That word is Hamas. Hamas translates to lawlessness. That is a lawlessness that is in a line with anarchy. Hamas translates to a lawlessness that is seen to be synonymous with bloodshed, with falsehood, and with deceit. The story of Noach is in a way a story of the destruction and somewhat of a recreation of the world. Sometimes, perhaps, we need to step back and realize that we need to restart. We need to get rid of what is wrong. We can keep the good we have, but we need to get rid of all that is not good. And we need to restart with a new beginning. In Noah's generation, the world had reached a point of Hamas, a point of lawlessness. The world had reached a point where moral lines no longer existed. Immorality had become the way. Immorality had become the norm. Immorality had become normalized. Hamas had become normalized. God declares, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with Hamas. Well, look at our world today. Hamas has become normalized. Need I say more? I encourage you to go online and listen to Masaf Hassan Youssef, known as the Green Prince and known as the son of Hamas. Listen to him. He knows. When posting this online later, I will try to post a link to a recent interview of Masaf Hassan. And I encourage you to read Eli Sharabi's new book, Hostage. He too knows. The facts are clear. Hamas is evil. Despite so many being so misguided and misled, and so much being misrepresented and misunderstood, terrorists who actually call themselves Hamas have burned families alive, have kidnapped men, women, and children and held them hostage. They have raped and tortured. They have beheaded. They have glorified death. This Hamas is the same kind of Hamas, the same outright evil, the same bloodshed, the same falsehood, the same deceit, the same lawlessness that destroyed the world in Noah's time. Just as in Noah's time, it was a matter of good versus evil. This is a matter of good versus evil. God has shown in this Shabbat's Torah reading and in other Torah readings that evil must be annihilated. Good will ultimately prevail. God will ultimately, certainly prevail. As in the Torah, we are later commanded that the Amalekites must be totally annihilated, as evil must be annihilated. Here in Parashat Noach, God realizes The outright evil must be annihilated. The bloodshed must be annihilated. The falsehood must be annihilated. The deceit must be annihilated. The lawlessness must be annihilated. The Hamas must be annihilated. Again, reread the last word of sentence 11 of chapter 6 of the book of Bereshit in this week's Torah reading of Noach. Ultimately, evil will not prevail. Only that which is good will ultimately prevail. God will, of course, prevail. Well worth our focus and our pondering this special Shabbat, the first Shabbat of Mar Cheshvan. And I wish you the Shabbat Shalom, the Rosh Chodesh Tov.